Joke.
Hello, you wonderful beings out there, and welcome to the stream. I am Raw Zim, currently as Paint the African Wild Dog. And today we are doing some DevTales right up there. Meanwhile, in the upper left there, well, right now there's a Marten video, but, you know, look at that cute little thing. Look at that cute little noodle. Look at it. Behold it. Appreciate it. Alright, now you can see ducks. We got ducks up there. Ow. Beerus, do I need to do that again?
Lol.
No, you started it by calling me cute. But anyways, meanwhile, in the bottom left over there, we have Conrade working on a 3D model. So yeah, let's go ahead and get into it. You were wrong, Beerus.
I can get the correct window open. There we go.
Okay, so...
Yeah, me and Tel got work to do.
Yes.
Really? Who just stuck an atomic fart sticker over me? Right on.
Yep,
Coming in strong today.
that is Rygon for you. I'm not sure why it didn't make a sound.
Alright, Tel, where do you want to start here?
Well, first things first, there were a couple of things that came up last night. The remove stat change,
Hey Master Zim, greetings from Sky the Valley.
hello there, Sky. Have a good time, Rygon. So, remove stat change. Does it only remove, does it only reduce one stat by 1 point, or does it move all stats towards 0?
I thought it was all.
I thought it was only one. So, I think we should clarify this.
One reason that I thought it was all is to avoid abuse of certain things, like, for example, oh, hey, I'm putting a negative of -3 on this move to get, like, you know, this one move a lot higher, and then I use that move and then remove stat change. -3, only that, and, like, now all of a sudden I have +3 crit chance on Jeep.
Well, remove stat change only removes a positive stat change from the target. It is specified on that front. So if they're in the negatives, it won't affect that.
Okay.
Do we have the inverse of remove a negative stat change?
That would be... It's not a move thing, but there is cleanse that you can use for that.
That's true. Okay. Page is that on again?
That'd be in maneuvers.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't know the page number, but it's in the combat chapter.
Yeah.
Not worried about that part. I want to re-examine the experience cost. There it is.
So, it being 20, 25, 30 means that
Birdie wants Sky to know he's a pretty bird. Oh yes he is. Such a pretty birdie.
That means that's 75 for the effect of melee, which means you could get short range on it, and it would still fit within a 90 EXP cap move. Which is fine, but if we do want to limit it to one stat, we're going to need to be very explicit about that. Oh, did we change it to 15, 20, 25 instead of 20, 25, 30?
Yes.
Okay.
I can dance on the head of a pin as well.
Hey Rudy, you have been given a tabletop cards pack through Stream Loops by Iduthings. Good luck.
So yeah, that is what we changed it to. And considering the cost of adding... Because, like, a lot of these stat changes, soul save change, 15, physical integrity, 12, well, integrity period, 12, 12, 12, 15.
Don't forget to add the 18 for being able to actually guarantee apply it.
That is specifically for applying it as a negative. For applying it as a positive, there's no increased cost on that.
No, for the percent
Really want
chance.
some soup?
The percent chance to have the stat change.
Is that part of the remove condition? Is the percent chance?
Well, no, I'm saying that, like, in order for someone to apply a stat change to themselves, like, let's say they're using a stat change move. Like,
I am
you know,
only
like,
talking about positive stat changes.
Yes, that is what I'm talking about. In order to apply a positive stat change to yourself, you don't just pay 12 XP for it to be physical damage, or, physical damage increase. You also have to pay the percent chance, and for, like, a non-damaging move, that's 18 XP for all that. So that actually makes it 30 XP to apply a positive status change to yourself. Stat change. Like, for, like, the standard, because the standard was 12 for that reason, because it makes it so that way you pay 30.
Okay, in that case, we're definitely going to need to increase the cost of remove stat change.
Yeah, that's why we had it at 20, 25, 30.
And it will definitely only be one stat it removes. Alright, updating that.
Who do we lose?
Probably
Ninja.
Ninja.
Aw. Bye, Anja.
Goodbye, Ninja.
Bye.
The Digi will be missed.
Smiles, everyone! Smiles!
This is like some great fantasy.
Ree has purchased 3 general cards alpha packs.
Raijin, thank you so much for that purchase. Thank you for supporting the channel. I really, really appreciate it.
Feel the backhand of justice!
Okay. So, yeah. It does...
Feel the backhand of justice!
Guys...
Feel the backhand of justice!
Alright, writing that in. Use a symbol. Set change towards 0. One step towards 0. There we go.
Towards 0 per rank. Or equal to the amount of ranks, whatever. Just because it won't be only 1 if they have, like, 3 ranks of it.
Hello there, D&D fangirl. Yeah, it is, Merle, exactly. I appreciate you guys are happy to see me, but right now I'm in crunch time. That's literally where I'm at right now.
Alright, what else came up last night?
So you already handled how Furry and building power interact.
Yeah, I did that like a month and a half ago.
Yeah, so I just need to put that in. The other thing is, we need armor experience potential. We never put that in, and yet we're going to have traits available for purchase with experience that, you know...
Well, yeah, but we already agreed that we were putting off the armor and all that for later, so...
We were putting off shields for later.
Taking my meds, bourbon.
Hey, Cosmo.
Okay, look. Do you want to get weapons out this patch, or do you want to get weapons and an armor update out next one?
Alright, we'll wait for the armor for next one. That would be it. You guys can get to work on that stuff. I'll probably be working on some other things and chiming in here and there. Actually, Spooky, I'm the one rushing them on weapons.
Yeah, Spooky, why are you blaming me? I'm literally the one designing weapons. That is just my normal dev tone.
Yeah, that is kind of just Tao's normal. He's got resting. Oh wait, how far are we in? Okay, we're good. He's got resting bitch voice.
It helps make people move and do stuff.
Oh, right. The other discussion point. Full actions.
Yep. I double checked. The only stuff that are full actions are full action moves and sprinting. That's the only stuff we hard put down as full action.
And since I wasn't here for it, Darius has the resting bitch voice, but he also hasn't learned how to up pitch his voice and sound friendly like I had to in the customer service industry. So I just sound nicer. I'm not.
So, do we want to say that full action is just shorthand for it takes 2 standard actions and still allow them to have their quick action, or do we want to have a full action also use their quick action?
For reference error, part of the reason we're having this discussion is because of things like Amp's interaction with full actions and the like.
Yeah, I kind of figured. That one's a hard one because action economy is a funky thing, but quick actions with the way they are and the nature that they are can be used in abuse. So you could technically create a quick action. A line of quick actions to do all sorts of ridiculous things, which is absolutely fine as long as we design the action economy to fit that. But at the same time, if you're sprinting, you're sprinting.
Yeah.
And part of the reason that sprinting specifically took up the bonus action as well is because you're moving, you know, if you're running on land, if you're using land movement speed, it's 4 times. If you're using a special, it's 3 times. So you get more than just 2 actions of moving.
Yeah, so I would put it out as full actions are full actions, no quick actions on those.
All right.
Especially since it's only the 2 things right now. And the full action move is basically a power drop, so...
Well, as for full actions interact with amped, I see no reason that they can't have that standard action anyways. We'll just specify that it is specifically, full action is specifically 2 standard actions and a quick action. Which will also help with other things where, you know, they are not able to take one of their standard actions for some reason. So that means that they would not be able to use their full action stuff if they don't have the brain is derping.
Amped.
If they don't have amped, or, you know, or if they're under a condition that takes up one of their standard actions.
Yeah.
Geeman, I was under the impression that that's what we were doing as well. The percentage for stat changes was only for applying a -1 to an enemy, or negative to yourself.
It has not been like that ever since we made it.
Well, Gibbon is saying that's what it says on page 74, so I'm looking for it right now.
Yeah, well, Zim just wrote that. I'm talking about, like, you know, when we had this shit on this side document.
Ah.
Like ever since we made this stuff and had side documents for it, it's always been you needed to have the percent chance for a positive self buff too. It was negatives on yourself don't require the percent to happen. Negatives on yourself are guaranteed to happen. That was something we put in, but that was a specific exception for negatives, not for positives.
Yeah, but Gimmon is right. Over on page 74, it looks like currently it does state that these traits will apply the relevant stat decrease to an enemy with 10% chance in one stage of change. Alternatively, they may be applied to yourself at... Nope. Or an ally guaranteed. So I think that might need a wording fix, because that's worded weird.
Yeah, the first 10% chance is free.
Yeah. The first 10% is always free. After that, you had to purchase. Which is why we had a bunch of stuff like on stat changes listed as 12s. Because that 12 was the standard cost, because plus the guaranteed stat change without damage equaled exactly 30 XP. And that's what we had based it around. We wanted stat changes on yourself to be about 30 XP originally. That was part of our design goals at the time. And so that's why the numbers were funky like that. They added up to 30.
Well,
mostly, unless it was something like Soul Saber crit chance.
What I remember from discussing that was we were talking about things like Growl, which apply a decrease to attack on an enemy. I don't recall us ever actually talking about how positive changes would be applied and such.
Well, when we did it, we were talking about how they could start with either a positive or a negative, and we wanted it to be the cost of 30. When we moved over to the because when we moved over to just basing it on the, like, you know, everyone just makes custom moves, and they can make it like the Pokemon moves if they wanted to. We said we wanted to keep the 30 XP guarantee, but now they could just choose whatever stat change they had as their starting thing. And so ever since then, all the numbers I've been coming up with have been balanced around a basic starting move being 30 XP.
Sorry to hear that, GibCab.
Huh? Ooh, yeah, that hurts. Oosh.
That is a big oof.
Why am I now imagining that a single strand of unusually long gray hair just whipped out of the rest of the hair on your head to smack you in the face? Medusa, you're just a boomer with long hair. Alright, so we will remove these. This is why it's important we all read this stuff.
Over and over and over again.
Yep.
And everybody's gonna make mistakes except for Tal.
No, I
Because
make
Tal's an
mistakes.
encyclopedia. You could have taken the compliment and run with it, but
Nah. I don't like false advertising. It's just that also I have agonized over trying to make everything balanced around basic starter moves being 30 XP, and starter moves including the fact that you could choose any one given stat change with no it not being needing to be a negative in character creation. So all the numbers be like that. I mean, obviously now they don't start with the move, but that was the design thing at the time, was that they had, you know, the basic 4 power move and a basic stat change move, and you could choose positive or negative, and it was supposed to be balanced around it being 30 XP effectively.
You know, I like the idea. If since we're going this route, how about a little bit of a compromise is that they can choose whether they're using it as a negative to an enemy or a positive to an ally. It doesn't have to be specified when they make the move, whether it's helping and buffing an ally or debuffing an enemy. They can just choose in the moment. I kind of like that idea. Because technically there's not any difference in cost. But it does remove a potential XP sink if they want to play that kind of support role of buffing, debuffing. Technically, in the nowhere in the rules do we say that you have to specify when you make the move, as is, which way it goes.
Well, yeah, because conceivably you could make a move that buffs yourself up and debuffs an opponent at the same time.
Yeah. But what I'm talking about is, say you make a move with an accuracy stat change. It's guaranteed. You can choose to use it on yourself to increase your accuracy, or use it on an enemy to decrease their accuracy. And it's the same, it's just the one purchase of the accuracy and the guaranteed stat change for either option.
If you're gonna do that route, might be worth considering doing what you did with a dynamic move, and just have a smaller upcharge to make a move versatile.
I don't feel like that's really necessarily needed.
Well, I mean, we could always call it parity, but like the thing is that I also that gets pretty close to making a stat change super move.
Yeah.
Which is what I'm worried about, because
every guaranteed stat change is 30 XP. They can only make a 30 XP... They can only put 30 XP into a move. What was it? Every 5 attributes?
yeah, and you start at 8, so they get to 60 really quickly as our early game standard.
Which is just 2 stat changes.
Yeah, but it's also just thinking about what... Because you can do a lot with that. What's our cost for target additional ally within range?
That would be 6 XP for additional ally.
Okay. So, with how that would work, that means that you, for 6 XP, could have it target both an enemy and an ally. And you could determine which version they get. Like, 6 extra XP. So what you could do is make a 45 XP... 45 XP move. And... the reason I say 45 is so that way it's 2-stage. A 2-stage move that targets an additional ally. So you could give your ally, like, +2 of something, and attempt to debuff an enemy at the same time with -2, so long as you attempt to target the enemy first. And that's also not including if you do a little bit of, like, you know, negative shenanigans, because then you could also start adding on additional stat changes, or make it tier 3, and then, like, you know, it, let's say, nukes the enemy's evasion by 3 and increases your ally's evasion by 3. But if you could choose how it's applied when you use it, that feels just very abusable to me. Like, instantly.
I'm sorry to go
Alright.
against you, Zim. I just don't like it myself either.
Alright, I will get to work on fixing these.
Alright, so, in terms of things that we really need to... we should probably start on for the weapon and armor traits.
Mm-hmm.
How do we want to organize it on the whip sheet?
Okay.
Do we want to do a similar layout and clean it up? Do we want to sectionate it? Obviously, it just has like the standard sections right now, but I can easily change that around.
What I was thinking for the whip sheet was having one section for armor and one section for weapons, and then having in the weapons section some space to mark whether or not it's going to be ranged or melee. Because I was thinking the other night that weapons and armor, while they may have the same name as for AKA aspected, the way they function will be different. So we might have to parse those out separately.
All right. Just so that way we have separate whip sheets for them, I also just made another copy where it's just armor whip sheet.
Okay.
So that way we have different tabs for it, and we can think about it without it cluttering up the weapons.
Yes.
So I think one thing I'm going to do immediately is just that, so that way we have a grid, we can think about where we're going to lay things out, how big certain things should be.
Yay, grid.
Grid, yay.
Mind if I just use highlights to mark boxes at first?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Because we could go as easy as... Wait. Oh, right. White doesn't work in this. We'll make it gray. 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 All right. So leaving XP outward is... Go ahead.
I will say that on the main document, I intend to go with the original document, not the whip one, where, or rather, with the, I intend one table, which will handle both weapons and armor, as well as shields and accessories.
Well, we will have that
Because-
event. We're gonna keep it to the same design. I just wanted it to be to the side so that way we don't have to worry about formatting for armor as well, because it's just going to be a drag down thing where we keep the general formatting the same.
Okay.
It's just an organizational move rather than it's going to be differently designed.
Yeah, and then once we get into the armor thing and we're working on shields at the same time, we're probably going to do the same thing we're doing with weapons right now with ranged versus melee, with the armor versus shield properties as a mark. Okay. So I'm thinking about this first purple square here being XP cost and effect name like before, and then the second purple square just being the notification of melee/ranged. And then we can drop in general move effects. Unless we wanted to parse out description and mechanical benefit.
Yeah, well, in that case, I wouldn't want there to be a third square, because then there's no way of doing a square and a half for a marking, unless you want to have a dividing square.
Drew, did we want it to be a checkbox, or did we want it to just be a RNG/MLE? Do we want shorthand or a checkbox?
Probably a checkbox would be smaller,
I need to
especially
be right
considering
back.
some could be both.
Okay.
Because there can, in fact, be things that would apply to both.
That is true. Okay. Yeah, then go ahead and do 2 there. Did we want to split up description and mechanical? Oh, we need to note out mundane versus magical too, don't we?
Yeah, but that was the one thing where I was thinking of possibly having a mundane table and then a magical table, where it just like moves down and it's sectionated out. And if they're in both, maybe we could just put them in both.
I'd be fine with that at first. If Zim wants to change it when he puts in the main doc, he can. But that would probably be the cleanest way without overcluttering. The giant table of checkboxes would be bad.
Yeah.
How are we going to notate tiers? Just in the explanation, or?
Yeah, I was gonna... So...
We could do that at the beginning before XP. No, after XP costs?
I'm about to
Or
say
at the
probably
end.
after XP. What I'll do is I'll move this by 3. And this can be... I don't know. That purple is right next to it.
Yeah, I can see that. Okay. And just checkbox, checkbox, checkbox.
Yeah. This up here, like I could change that to be whatever. That's just the freeze point.
Actually, I think it might look easier to read if we put it at the very end. After notes and explanation. Here. Quick test. Here, for now, I'm just going to do a super merge just for test purposes.
Yep. So I'll just say like this is a tier 2. I wonder, can I? Okay. I just thought about something that we should do.
Color coordinate.
Yeah, color coordinate. So what color do we want tier 1 to be?
What are the common colors for tiers in video games? Isn't purple usually like mythic?
Yeah, so like... Oh, wait, no, not Phil. Like... No, that should be a deeper blue. Tier 3 blue? Yeah, okay.
Because I know green is typically common. Purple is usually rare. Don't they usually use blue for the middle?
Yeah, but I thought tier 1 was supposed to be like the mundane.
It is.
Yeah. But, yeah, so... I see a mix between it being blue or green as the...
Bear in mind I'm colorblind, so
Yeah.
it doesn't appear quite the normal for me anyways.
I keep...
So I could be
I'm so
very
used to
wrong.
doing fill on these things that I keep accidentally making it fill. So what about that?
I like the blue and orange. I'm not sure I'm feeling the green actually. But that's a weird color of green. It's kind of coming off as a weird color to me. That might be my color blindness. You might have to ask them.
Does it help if I darken it?
Yes, significantly.
Alright. Alright, so we can keep that there, I think, because that'll probably be a good color signifier going. Hey, you don't gotta look too hard. It's like, oh hey, it has this color check.
Oops. Yeah, I'm fine with that. That'll help significantly. But
So is this at this point we should probably color code.
yeah, I was about to say range could be red.
Yeah. So it does bring up, what do we want melee to be?
We've used green, blue, and orange and or gold.
It's dark
Red.
orange.
They look the same to me. We want something that's different enough to be notable.
Hold on. Actually, I helped out a buddy by designing something else. What did I use for ranged and melee there? Alright, here's what I used for ranged and melee on a different sheet that people liked as I make the same mistake over and over. Wait, no, that's the wrong one.
We could always use black. That's very identifiable, but I don't know if this sheet will show black very well.
Yeah. No, not that. As I make the same mistake over and over again. My body is a machine that turns mistakes into additional mistakes.
What color is that? Is that black?
Nope, that is like a dark purple, like between like blue and purple, like midnight colorish.
Oh, weird. It looks black to me. We'll get Zim's final approval. It should be fine, though.
Yeah. That was just more like, oh hey, those are colors that I used on something else that people liked. Then again, that was more for box fill, but like... You know what I mean.
Yep.
Also, Brian Zim has stepped away.
Yes. But hi, Brian. gonna go grab another slices. Be right back.
All right.
We might have to add bolder lines.
Quite possibly. I have a thing for that, which is that kind of stuff, although that's a little bit too much.
Well, somebody's enjoying stickers. Lol.
Bug life.
It might be alright, actually, as is. I think we will end up probably wanting to split up the general effects between description and mechanical benefit.
Probably.
We got tiers. Yep. Okay. How many squares is that?
I don't know what that one was, but
Googly eyes. It was a googly eyes sticker.
Ah.
They made it so that way stream stickers can be you choose where they go. And it's just funny. Is that going to be enough space? I guess it looks fine word wrap too, huh?
yep.
Now to wait for Zim to get approval, so we don't have to change things halfway through.
Yep. Also, it doesn't like it is perfectly fine if something ends up being like 2 or 3 lines in terms of like the wrap expansion.
Yeah, it looks fine. I know sometimes when I'm working on spreadsheets, it looks terrible, but it looks fine with the way we have it. The colors.
Yeah,
really
that's part of the reason that I write it out like this, because otherwise like it looks fucking awful.
It's like I make spreadsheets for a fucking living. Yeah. Yay, spreadsheets. Me and spreadsheets have a love-hate relationship. I love them, they hate me. Because boy oh boy does Excel really like to just do dumb things and not be fixable. Let's give this a real example.
All right. How do you feel about that top bar, by the way?
Gotta be on the right page. Yes, that's fine.
Cool. Also, for now, I'm just gonna go ahead.
I am back. Sorry about that. I guess I should have left this on here so they could have seen all this. I am good with this layout. The layout looks good.
Quick question. Do you prefer it better if it's M and then R spaced like that to match the columns exactly?
Yes.
Or do you prefer... I was going to ask if you preferred it more with the M/R.
I thought we were going to have red as ranged.
I just quickly threw out colors. Anyone could be either one. It was just more to showcase the colors next to each other. How do you feel about our coloration of things?
I mean, it's good. It's not going to be carried over to the main document, but it looks good for now.
Yeah, but it's going to take a bit for this to actually go over to the main document, because after this we're going to be doing shields and like another like mini armor update. So
Fair.
people are going to be looking at this for a while, so we actually want to make it legible.
Fair. Also, speaking of people looking at things for a while,
We might want to include underneath tier 1, 2, 3. Like right below it. Just to make that clear. Sorry, Zim, what were you saying?
oh, I just got reminded that people are still using some of the spreadsheets which are no longer valid. So I'm just going to update them with a huge note saying, hey, this is no longer valid.
You can also change the share link to only people with edit access.
I think I'd have to do that, but
I'm good with putting the note in here. It should be big enough to... What I'm planning here is just... It should be good enough to notify.
what if I do it like T1, T2, T3?
Yeah, I was just experimenting with that. I think that'll be good.
I was just trying more to see how it, like, if I could even make it space out good, but I think that spaces out pretty damn good for it.
Yes. If need be, you can always unmerge that.
Yeah, but then it starts wrapping, and then I'd have to change the point.
Yep. True. Well, no, tier 1 fits in one of these boxes surprisingly well.
Well, yeah, it's just that it wraps it down one. See?
Good for now. Pedantics.
Yeah.
If it works, it works.
All right, but we're good with this general layout.
Yeah, it sounds like we got the pass from Zim. I'm giving it the pass. I'm assuming you are. Nobody's yelling at us in chat that I can see.
Well, nobody in chat can see it right now.
My point still stands. Nobody's yelling at us in chat yet.
Oh, real quick, do we want to swap the colors between melee and ranged or not?
I want to, but it's not necessary. Because red feels more ranged than that. Right, purpley color.
All right, how about that? Hold up.
Yeah, I'm good with that. It feels better. I don't know why, but it feels better.
All right, I'm just gonna make this go down for a bit. If you want to copy the thing you already wrote in for aspected.
No, it's fine. I can recopy it. I just popped it in. So just go ahead and copy it down. There we go. All right, and this isn't going to be mundane first.
Yeah. And I'm gonna label it.
What happened to the formatting?
What?
There you go. Okay. I went to type it in and the formatting changed, but then it went back when you did it.
Oh yeah, no, that's because I was busy editing it.
Google Sheets is so weird about that.
Yep.
Do you think I'm safe to go? Oh, wait, does Google do tables and forms right? Filters?
They have their own special way of doing it.
Then I don't want to mess with that right now. All right, we'll just do it by hand.
Look, this is a software where in order to go to a new line, you have to do Alt-Enter.
Yeah, which screws me up because I'm used to Shift Enter from
I
Excel,
know,
but
right?
everything else in the planet uses Shift Enter to do a page break.
Yeah.
So I always have to sit there and hit Alt Enter at work, and then I switch to SharePoint, and then I have to do Shift Enter again, and it drives me up a wall.
Google Docs is not the best solution for making all of this, but for being able to collaborate on all this like we are, it's basically the only option.
Yeah, it's more about the collaborative power and
Yeah.
ease of.
I'm going to be back really quickly, and then... Did you want to copy it down for the magic section, and one of us can take Monday, and the other one can start copying over magic?
Unfortunately, there is something else that we're going to have to go through first, but yeah.
Okay. What is that?
Figuring out what things from moves are going to also be on weapons.
Okay.
Like,
Yeah.
power, stuff like that.
All right. I'll be right back, and then we can do that. That's going to take a minute.
Yeah. So I'm gonna actually go make some tea.
And then I was alone. So, Toshime, I know that you, meant to write all, but I see that as AI, and I'm just reminded of the time that Twitch implied that all VTubers were just AI. That was a lovely day. Hello, GibGab. I am your personal Zim AI. How may I assist you today? I'm sorry, GibGab, but that is not within the purview of my capabilities. Go ahead, Brian. Hey there, Kenku. We are in the Scar Development channel. You'll need to join the waiting room, Brian. Again, we are doing Scar Dev tonight.
Hello.
Yes, Ido, I am doing some crunch today. And the rest of this weekend. Hello there, Brian.
I got my ticket ordered, so I'm a little happy.
Ticket.
Flying home.
Oh.
Hope you're doing alright, Brian.
Best I can right now.
Understandable. Also, I'm back.
Welcome back.
Yeah, Zim's joining us out of a guilty conscience for making the dragons do work.
I mean, no, I am doing this because I have things I need to finish still.
You
And
sitting
I'm-
here being a shithead.
And I'm moral support.
Oh crap, I better
Well,
get that list up.
Actually, I guess I am actually done with the weapons and stuff.
Ooh.
Did I close this? I closed the spreadsheet. No, I didn't. It's in another window.
I have a positive for going home at least. I get to spend family time on 4th of July.
It is nice.
Yeah, and if anyone can't tell, I'm just trying to get my mind off of what happened. So, there we go.
My tea is now being made.
Woohoo, tea. Alright. Did we just want to add all these to the master sheet while we go down the list?
All of these, which ones in particular?
You said we need to go through the moves and decide which ones are going in and which ones aren't.
Yeah, which effects?
Yep.
Yeah, so... dynamic? I don't think so.
No. We got versatile for that anyways.
Yeah, accuracy, I think that goes.
Yeah, I would expect that to be an a ranged weapon almost exclusively.
I could also see it on light weapons.
True.
Maybe on mediums up to ranks in melee?
Something like that. We can argue mechanics after we get to
Yeah,
it built.
I don't think anything else in the general move traits should really go.
There's an argument for cost exhaustion for heavy weapons.
Yeah, but that's per use. So that would be every time you swing that weapon, you would gain exhaustion.
True, and that would probably fall underneath the curse category at that
Yeah,
point.
that'd be a curse.
Or the heavy. Okay.
Yeah.
Not teleport, not for this. Nope, I'm not seeing anything.
Yep. I say power goes, obviously.
Yes.
Guaranteed damage. How do we feel about guaranteed damage on weapons?
If we were gonna do something like that, I feel like it'd be a tier 3 magical effect.
Well,
At
it doesn't
minimum.
bypass integrity at all.
It doesn't?
No. It says it right on there, it does not bypass integrity. This just, mechanically the way this works is when you do your power roll, you start with successes equal to your guaranteed damage.
Okay, I
It
could
is-
see that as a magical effect then.
Yeah.
We can... Mechanically, it's gonna be weird with weapons, but...
Yeah, but I could, like, it's certainly an effect that I think has...
Oh, I
It
guess
makes
you had
sense.
access to this, Maddie. Hey.
Damage over time...
I think that would be like a poison or something to have to add on. I don't think that's an
Yeah,
independent property.
the only other thing I think of is maybe, like, Serration, but, like...
We have bleed for that.
Yeah, I was about to say, we have bleed for that, so we don't need that. Building power... Maybe is like a tier 3 magical effect.
Plausibly, yeah. That one's a weird one, too.
Yep.
We could
Well-
always lock it to bludgeoning or something, too.
Yep.
Though I can see an
Uh,
argument for a lot of things. Okay, yeah.
Yep. No Fury. Fury is an innate thing. Lifesteal. We said... Did we have a version of that?
I think we had multiple. I don't know if we kept any of them. Let's look.
Yeah.
I think we ultimately erased them because there was lifesteal.
Yeah, I think that's what we did.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah. So we have to add in lifesteal, definitely.
Yep. You adding these in the? Oh, you're
Yeah,
adding them.
just under Monday weapon effects. We could move them around. This is just to have them
No worries.
be there.
All right.
Draining over time? No, I don't think
No.
so. Heal power? No, on weapons.
So that would negate heal over time as well.
Yeah. Increased crit chance, which is actually just our, what was it? Pristine.
Yes. So we don't need that.
So we don't need that.
Nope. We have the AoEs covered.
Yeah, but I think that's because we're going to be moving all these over. So I know we're going to need melee reach, short range, medium range, long range.
Yep, we're gonna need those. But we have
The
blast
AoEs.
for the AoEs.
The AoEs I think we should move over as subsets of blast. Like, blast line, blast cone, blast sphere.
Yep, that's fine.
Melee reach, short range.
Welcome to the Dragons Discussing Things, the stream.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm just, Yes, we have a Maddie
Oh,
over
I know.
here. I'm just working on this stuff, on other stuff while they're working on that stuff. Most of what I'm doing doesn't require talking right now, so... they're just doing their thing and I'm doing mine.
And I'm coping.
We don't need...
And I'm gonna be right back. I'm gonna go grab some food.
Alright, enjoy your food.
Yes.
I don't think we need additional targets on weapon.
No, we have a relay for that.
Yeah.
Which is gonna be relay like 1, 2, 3, etc.
Yep. I know we didn't want stat moves or conditions to be on the weapon.
I know we don't want stat moves specifically. I can see arguments for conditions, but we should pick out one and tie them to aspects.
Yeah. Or something like that.
At least that would be my recommendation, because it would make sense if a sword that has lightning also has a chance of paralyzation, but we should I don't see like Tapor, I don't think would make sense in a weapon, unless it's like cursed or something.
Unless it's the sleep tight hammer.
Yeah.
Just gives you brain damage until you pass out.
Bonk. We could technically pick out one for each element, and then pick out one for the piercing damage, one for the slashing, one for bludgeoning, and do it that way. So that way each, and tie those other ones in with the impact, hack, and then pale.
Yeah, but I think that's going to lead to us, because we also have like a fair amount of types.
True.
I think that's going to lead to us shoehorning things in just to give that aspect type a condition.
True. Did we want to just thin the list then, and then just say it has to be aspected? Just to tie it over, or have one of the specialties? Impact, hacking, or, as my brain forgets English, impale?
I think that conditions are fine so long as it's gated behind aspected, yeah.
Okay. Were there any of the ones that we wanted to get rid of specifically? I know I mentioned Tapor.
Torpor, yeah.
Because I'm fine with stunned. I see restrained because we had a grapple property anyways. So, but sealed, I don't know how I feel about that. Drawn would probably be interesting, but I think we could pass on that.
Yeah, I don't think we need repulsed if we also have knockback as a thing that's going to be on weapons.
Yeah, I don't think we need that. And Berserk, I don't think we also is one that we don't need either.
Berserk I could definitely see, like, on a weapon, like, like it's cut driving you to insanity and making you attack whatever's nearby.
The person holding or the person you're attacking?
Attacking. Because applying Berserk to you would be a curse.
Yeah, but wouldn't that be more of a poison kind of thing then? To give somebody Berserk?
Well, yeah, but I'm talking about for like magical. This is straight up like magical effects.
True.
Wait, when you're saying berserking, are you saying that they're going to be targeted on the person that did it, or
The person getting hit would go into Berserk. As in, if you had a Berserk weapon, you'd hit them with it, and there would be a chance where the enemy that you just hit would go Berserk.
okay, not like goading them? Gotcha.
No.
No, that'd be a taunt effect.
Gotcha.
We can try it. If Berserk ends up being one of those weird ones, we can always remove it.
Yep. So,
what does Blight do again?
it's basically just damage focused condition.
Gotcha.
It's just damage. It has reduced difficulty to deal damage because when you do condition damage, it's the amount of dice that are rolled is the amount that you rolled above their soul save.
Yep.
With a minimum of 1 dice. And every dice that gets a success, according to the damage difficulty, is that's how much damage they take bypassing integrity.
Right. Okay.
So like for Blight, it starts at a lower damage difficulty. So it starts at 7 and then it keeps decreasing.
Gotcha. Okay.
It just deals damage. I don't think Charmed is a good one.
No. Charmed is usually broken in other systems if you smack them anyways, so smacking somebody with Charm is funny, but probably not very effective.
I don't think Drawn is needed.
Nope.
Repulse isn't needed because we have knockback.
Yep.
I could still see Sealed being useful.
What is the exact wording on that? Let me look at it.
What Sealed does is it starts by deafening and silencing the target, like they can't talk, and then it increases, like, you know, their action cost and then seals all their moves.
Yeah, I can see that.
Especially as, like, you know, oh hey, I'm a weapon specialist and I want to counter move specialists.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Taunted, yeah, that makes sense. When we have Topple, that makes sense. Torpor and Weary, I think Weary can stay. As, like,
sleep weapon.
yeah. Well, Weary is, like, you know,
The drowsy state, yeah.
yeah. Well, Weary is the one where it increases the special damage you take.
Yes.
So that one could definitely stay.
Yeah, Tapora I just don't think should. I'm going to make an argument, though, for remove condition. Though we're going to have to make that a high tier.
Yeah.
Drag might actually be good, too.
Oh yeah, basically all of the pretty much all of the tactical stuff is stuff that we're going to be putting on weapons.
Okay, good. Because I'm not seeing one there I don't like.
Yeah, in fact, we were probably going to end up making a couple more. But back.
Did my browser just crash?
Oh no.
There we go. There it went. Why'd that take so long?
The browser tuning?
The only one I'm iffy on is Swap. Because you'd be hitting them with a weapon, and then you and them would change places.
Isn't that a common tactic when people are using hook swords?
Rest well, Beerus.
Grab and drag.
Well, yeah, but not putting yourself where the opponent was.
True.
Sleep well, Beerus.
Bye, Mala.
Sleep well, Beerus. Please don't send anyone to spy on me, because I'm going home. So it'll be weird if they're just looking into an empty room.
Brian, why are you warning him for where you're going to send them to spy on you there?
I swear somebody sent the Pinker Toads earlier this week, so honestly, it's just the running joke that I don't want to end.
Brian, why are you so paranoid? Also, don't worry about the camera in your closet.
That teddy bear I sent you is totally non-suspicious. Please set it next to your bed. Facing the rest of your room, of course.
I've taken enough selfies with both that camera and the teddy bear, don't worry.
Oh, I know. They're making me lots of money.
I'm sorry, I need some of that money. I need some of that money for legal reasons.
Brian doesn't know. Brian doesn't know. Alright. Is this gonna be... Alright. I'm gonna copy these over to the main sheet.
Excuse me?
Okay, look, when you say these, I need to know what these you're talking about.
The effects that you wrote down in the weapons whip sheet, I'm gonna move them over really quickly to the sheet 1.
Yeah, okay.
Because these are all gonna end up being magical, right?
Most of them.
Most of them. Okay, they're over.
What's over ads?
Hmm?
Ads or?
Oh, no, he was saying literally they are over in the new location.
Ah.
The stuff we're working on. Okay.
Alright. You can hear both me and Taldarius how excited we are to be doing this.
Absolutely thrilled. Okay. I'm just gonna scroll down a good bit. And then do this. And then say magical. And then grab this and just drag.
And loading. Wow.
All right. So what I am going to do. Do you want magic or do you want mundane?
I will go ahead and take mundane.
All right.
Did we want to go through this list first and parse it, or give it its mundane and or magical traits now for the stuff we just added?
We can. Just give me a second. I was getting something
Nope, you're fine.
set up. All right. Well, yeah, we can.
All right. Accuracy magical, obviously.
Yeah, but I also think mundane in the case of like light weapons. 'Cause
Okay.
Light weapons should be probably pretty accurate, you know.
Okay. Are we treating power as an additional effect to its base attack modifier, or are we treating it like we do on moves?
Like we do on moves where, like, you know, let's say you have a maximum power potential of like 8 on a weapon, and you start at 2, you would have to buy power up to, and you know, if you want to put like guaranteed damage on like, you know, on like a magical weapon, each one of those costs 2 of your power cap.
Yep, that's what I expected. And we're gonna treat guaranteed damage as magical in this particular case.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay.
Because that's like a supernatural sharpness to the
Yep.
to the weapon.
Building power is obviously magical. Lifesteal is obviously magical.
That could be both. That
Range.
the ranges are probably just all mundane.
I'm okay with leaving it like that because we may want to consider in the future a way of extend. No, there would be no point.
There is already a way of extending, which is convince your storyteller to let you use extreme range.
Yeah, true. Extreme range is funny. We might just say yes just to watch it backfire too.
Hi, Kieran.
Blast
Hey,
is going to be
Kieran.
both.
Blast, yes.
So
I
any
think
ideas
Pretty
what-
much all conditions.
Any ideas what you might want to do later, Matteo?
I don't know. I also don't know when you're going to be ready to do things.
I was thinking an hour and a half to 2 hours from now.
Cool.
That was kind of the
100%
original
probably,
plan
yeah.
on that. Or whenever I run out of stuff to do, but, you know, at the longest that.
Is it bad that I don't want to fall asleep? Just so then something worse doesn't happen?
I mean, I don't know why you being asleep would cause worse things to happen, but I mean, it's not exactly that bad.
Okay.
Alright, do you think there's any other things that we need to change around on which are mundane and which are magical?
No, I'm good with the way that those things are currently.
Alright,
I've already started copying things over.
cool. I have a fun section.
Yes, you do.
I guess it do be summer sale time, huh?
Yep, that'd be.
Okay.
Summer sale hours.
That almost spooked me.
Hello there, Ren.
Also, don't worry about, like, completely organizing it. This is just going to be us getting it into the proper format, and then we can make, like, you know, another page and then actually sectionate them probably in a good way of like going, oh hey, maybe like, you know, maybe this one thing should be next to this other thing instead of it being like 5 lines down, even though it's the counterpart.
Yeah, I'm just getting it in right now. Like, I just got all the names in, and then I'm gonna go back through and grab the experience costs.
Hey, Raijin.
Trust me, I'm fighting the urge to do this alphabetically already.
Yeah, that's what. Well, that's what I was saying. Hey, don't.
I wasn't gonna.
Sorry, I'll get back to you on that question in a minute, Zim. I got distracted looking at other things.
No worries. You're stuck outside your room? How, Raijin?
Darn.
Rai already told me.
What did you do?
I'll leave that to tell, because not my place. Were we planning on doing like for like when it came to the things that are in the other sheet, by the way?
Hey everyone in
Experience
chat,
Crossway?
Ryan Thewolf is sending you a hug.
What?
Hugs.
It's messed up, Brian.
What?
I thought you were better than this.
How so?
No son of mine gives random hugs. You're also not my son, so...
Also,
Do-
for
do
now,
with
yeah,
that
just do like for like on costs. It's not exactly.
Okay.
Ooh. One of those situations. I guarantee you your landlord was cutting costs by not wiring it into the building because they're short-sighted. I know working security, our off-campus dorms did not have, they did not wire them into the building because it was cheaper to not do so. However, the amount of money they have spent on new batteries for them,
People need to learn, like, you know, people just need to learn how to read those graphs again, where, like, something starts off less, but it grows quicker, and it quickly overtakes the thing that had the big initial that grows slower.
yeah. But to be fair, this is also the same college where they were considering replacing their security team with, they were seriously considering replacing their security team with temp workers.
Good luck.
Worst idea ever.
You know, a bunch of people desperate for money, being put on a campus where it's easier to tell you what is covered by a camera than what's not, because most of it wasn't covered by cameras, and a lot of valuable equipment. Yeah, great idea.
So horrible.
Oh no, they appreciated their IT team. They understood the value of those people. They also had some kind of emergency response guy on their campus at one point where they set up this freaking bunker for him. Like custom built and everything, super heavy duty door on it and all that. And then he left the college and that room sat there empty. And it was in the library in the middle of the campus. And apparently they'd rather it sit there empty with all that equipment in there instead of giving it to the security team and getting them away from, you know, getting them to a centralized location instead of the furthest spot they could put us.
Yeah, no, if you're telling me exactly where the cameras are, like where they're facing, where all your equipment is and stuff would have gone missing almost immediately. I would just move stuff around first, just see the response.
You know, you're not supposed to say stuff like that when you're being recorded, right? That is technically an admission or an admission of guilt.
Oh no. What are they gonna do now? Oh no. I'm in a job where I'm always under supervision anyway.
Yeah, but now if they need anybody to blame, they're just gonna auto blame you.
Yeah, Gab's right. It's an admission of intent, not guilt, but still.
Yeah. It would be such a shame if I had rock hard alibis anyway.
Oh, honey. All right.
I don't
want
want
to make. Go ahead.
Oh no, go ahead.
Hey, Tel, did you want us to go ahead and use versatile and just take the dynamic cost?
For versatile, let me reread. What was versatile?
That's why I like things in alphabetical order.
There we go. Found it. So the thing about making that 10 is that is the exact cost of 2 power. Maybe. Oh wait, no, because this is just a modifier of 2 power. It does not go against cap, so I'm fine with it being 10.
Okay.
Because this lets you go over your cap by 2 if you're capped out.
Yeah, that's why I asked, because I was like, this would just be easy.
But it does require that you're wielding it two-handed.
Yeah.
Yep. All right. All right, I got base XP costs. In the mundane side, I will do a bunch of flippy shit here in a moment. Be right back.
Well, Raijin, it looks like it's time for you to become a Marten.
Oh no.
No, not Duck. Marten.
Duke.
Duke. You know, Gibcab, why haven't you gotten a duck icon yet? Well, the reason why Marten is that Martens are very, very good at climbing, but they also have webbed toes. They function as basically snowshoes in the winter, but it does also allow them to be very good swimmers. So you could enjoy the lake as well as the trees.
Before we cost terrifying and elegant, we're going to need to figure out what they actually do. Because we know the thematic of what they do, not the specifics. Also, Era, what do you think about instead making integrated be the modifier that you put on a weapon to signify that this is an integrated weapon that you could use with strike? Can you hear me?
I can hear you. I think he might have stepped away.
Okay. What do you think of that?
I was typing a thing. What did you say?
Making, instead of integrated be like an integrated weapon with another part of thing, what if that is the tag/keyword for being able to use it with strike? Because I know we use the word integrated that because it said it had to be integrated with you in some way to use a weapon as a part of a strike. So what if that's our...
Yeah, I'd be okay with that.
Yeah, that's exactly what I intended on that. I don't know what you're referring to.
The description that was already written there.
Yeah, I think we slapped it in because, yeah, it can be used as part of a strike.
Oh, I just changed it.
I don't remember what we put in there before.
My intention was for it to always be part of strike.
Yeah. That's what was there before Era.
Oh, yeah, that's not... yeah, integrated just means that it can be used as with strike.
Yeah.
Okay. That's going to be a magical specific effect, correct?
Well, no, because you could also have, like, like claw things that you...
Yep, very true. Okay. I don't know if I have integrated over here. Do I? I should.
Oh, it was listed as bow, so you probably should.
Check, and double check, right? Yep, I do.
Yeah, integrated might be, claws that are strapped to the paw, a dagger that you tie to your arm, etc., etc.
The wrist crossbow.
Yeah.
Okay. We don't have an experience cost for that yet in the sheet, but
Which is what I was about to say. I feel like that should be an expensive effect because it turns your strikes very deadly.
Do we want it tier 1 accessible then, or do we want to make it like a tier 2 or tier 3?
I do want it tier 1 accessible. But it would basically be the only thing that it can do. That would be something that is limited to light weapons only, though.
Let me make note of that here. Light weapons only. Do it in the proper sheet.
In that case, what if it's like some sort of quality kind of thing where, like, you know, maybe not with like really shitty tier 1 weapons, but with like, you know, properly made tier 1 weapons, you could access it. What if it's like...
Where's that thing that you gave me? Because we can experience lock it by just making it expensive enough.
That's what I was thinking about doing, yeah.
Yeah, that's probably the best idea, because if we want it tier 1 accessible, from the last chart I got...
I'm thinking 30.
I would agree with that, because that would put it... That'd put it right in the middle of a tier 1 weapon. So it'd have to be something that... You couldn't get something of poor quality. You'd have to get something very purpose-made.
Yeah, that's what I was saying, where it's like a higher quality. And it means that, like, if you get nothing else on a tier 2... Well, no, it still wouldn't fit on a minimum quality tier 2, because the power that's in minimum does contribute to the EXP. It's just, like, auto-spent and you don't have to buy it. But yeah, no, it does mean that for basically every single stage of light weaponry, that's going to be expensive. Because even for like a tier 3 quality of maximum EXP potential, that is still a third of your weapon's XP.
Yes. I'm fine with that.
So I think 30 is fine with that, yeah.
Okay. Okay. Now we get to do the fun part of figuring out... Did you get all your stuff moved over? Did we want to do descriptions off screen, since we can just parse those out and do those on the main sheet and actually write out mechanical stuff a little bit more detailed?
Yeah, that's fine. One thing that I did do is
Mm-hmm.
I started actually like just throwing down some costs on my side, and I just wanted to know what you thought about the various costs that I do have down on my side.
Yep. Are we still locking aspect behind tier 2?
Yeah. I don't think you should have a tier...
L59 wants everyone to hydrate.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Fine.
I don't think you should have a tier 1 enchanted weapon that is aspected.
No.
In literally any circumstance. I don't care.
You're not the boss of me, but since you asked, I will hydrate.
Let's see. Synergy does have to be custom. I agree with that. I agree with those. With durable and flimsy...
Because that only affects the durability of the weapon itself. It doesn't actually affect you using it. So if you have flimsy on it, it doesn't stop it from dealing max damage.
No, and I'm fine with that. And it can help somebody get... Because you can get a flimsy dagger that's really well sharpened.
Oh,
after all prison.
Yeah, no, you can absolutely get, like, a dagger where it's like, the moment that this shit hits wrong, it's broken, but while it's swinging, God, is this dealing damage.
So, Glass Dagger is now a thing. It's got Flimsy 3. It's a tier 1. Superior quality, inferior quality, I'm completely fine with. Activated...
It gives you control over it, so I think that that's a solid 5 cost, because it means you can turn it off.
True. We could also throw that as a custom, though.
Yeah, because if you put requirements on it, then I could see it being a negative. So yeah, let's have that be custom. If it's just like a word activation, it'll probably cost some, and if it's like onerous to turn on, then like, you know, like let's say it only turns on after you've defeated an enemy that combat,
Yeah, or if it's something that only turns on for a specific person or something like that.
Yeah. I think we have a different effect for a specific person, but yeah.
Yeah, we do have bound, don't we? I still think custom would be better for that one. Reinforced warded. Yes, that's fine. Attune should be custom, yes. Oh, right, we used Attune for that, didn't we?
No, that's the user has to meet specific requirements and spend time with the item in order to use it. We do also have bound, which is like the soul bind, can only be used by the individual and can be summoned at will.
Gotcha. Okay. The funny thing is I helped with a bunch of these keywords like 2 months ago, and now I don't remember half of them.
I swear this is half of the reason it keeps me around, is just because I'll remember this random shit.
My brain would work better if work would stop, but my work will never stop. They change stuff so often on me that my brain has to It used to be back when I worked in like my tech support, my previous job, where I never had to look at the QRDs or anything because I had all the codes and everything memorized, and I come to this job and things change so damn much.
Yeah. I know originally we threw this down as just like a 45er to have it be expensive, but this might be better as a custom.
Yeah, I think it's better as a custom. Because it... let me look at adaptive. What did we write for that? Because I think that's one of the ones that we actually did write out stuff for, didn't we?
Yeah, it's just that properties and abilities of the weapon are able to change either randomly or planned, and you can have like weapon forms and basically be like Bloodborne trick weapon time.
Yep, so that has to be custom.
Yeah.
Cursed is custom. I would argue sentient could be a negative. So plus or minus 30.
Sure.
Because you could have a weapon that has some of its own capabilities built in that it may be able to grant.
Something that we may want to include as a purchasable trait is dual damage type.
We have that.
Okay, just wanted to make sure.
That's dual aspected.
Unless you're talking about bludgeoning and piercing or stuff.
That's what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about like actual types. I'm talking about damage. Because like Squirrel's weapons, one can do bludgeoning or slashing depending on which sides he uses, and the other is slashing or piercing.
I mean, I'm a sucker for that kind of stuff, but that's just because I love using pole axes, which has all 3 damage types.
I am... Yeah, we can do that. What do we want to call that feature, though?
We're already using versatile.
Yes. Did we want to
Because otherwise, versatile would be great. Versatile would be literally perfect for that.
Did we want to change versatile name to something else? And swap? Because medium weapons with this get a +2 power when used two-handed. I do like that ability. But we could possibly give that a different name.
Yeah. So, the technical term is hand and a half.
Yeah.
For a weapon that you could use either one-handed or two-handed, it's called a hand and a half weapon. But
yeah, I'm familiar with that, but that's a weird term. I don't think... Like, I hate to use the gamers won't get it, but I think that would have hit only a subsect of nerds.
Yeah. I mean, we can't use the other name for it, which was a bastard weapon.
I mean, we could, but...
Why couldn't we use that?
Yeah, I'm confused. I know that bastard does tend to have negative connotations to it, but I think it'd be fine to use it.
Elsewise, we could call it a flex weapon, or just use the term flex. Or flexible. Well, not flexible.
Versatile.
Well, versatile we want to use for something else.
Yeah, versatile is the one we want to use for having, like, being able to swap between, like, piercing and bludgeoning. But So
I think-
the reason why is because the most common English terminology for it is short, bastard, and long.
Yeah.
That's why it's a short sword, bastard sword, and long sword. Although there's, like, you know, subsects, like, you know, arming versus broad, but...
And the whole situation where not everybody agrees on what a short sword actually is.
Yep. Technically speaking, Cursors, it's more for the length of the weapon and the handedness of it than anything. But there was a specific, you know...
Yeah, there is an English sword that is called a bastard sword
wait.
specifically, but
We have dolphins.
Dolphins?
The duck game.
Ah.
But
yeah, you never noticed that before?
Oh.
I left it on for like 3 hours the other day and watched it, so.
oh yeah, the technical term is hand and a half, and then the shorthand was just bastard because it could be one or the other, so, you know.
Yeah.
Hey, I like Key's suggestion. Flex grip.
I don't know, Gib Gab. I think you'd be more likely to cast Viscous Mockery.
I mean, Viscous
That sounds
Mockery would be
wrong
funny.
on so many levels.
Yeah, but it's Gib Gab.
I like flex
mean-
grip.
We can always go with it for now. If we end up disliking it later, we can always change it. What do you think, Tal?
Sure.
Alright.
I mean, I didn't really want to use bastard anyway because, you know, it is considered a vulgar word.
Yeah.
Even though it really shouldn't be.
It's one of those that is considered vulgar, but not nearly as bad as any of the other common swears.
Yeah, it's like shit.
Well, shit is an actual swear that will get you in trouble with the... A lot of people will get in trouble with their parents, but...
Oh, I mean, I didn't.
Well, we're from an unusual household. I was about to say, if I stubbed my toe and didn't drop the F-bomb, my parents looked at me and asked me whose child I was.
Yeah, I'm about to say, like, my... like, the only word that my grandma considers a real swear that's on, like, the common swear list is hell.
I
Because
wasn't
she's
allowed to
like
say
that.
hell or God.
Yep.
But heck, if I wasn't tense, dropping the F-bomb. Alright, versatile is swapped over to...
I will swap it on the document.
Yep, flex grip is the +2 when two-handed. And what were we changing versatile to again? So that way my brain actually works through this.
Flex grip. I already did it.
No, what's the description wording we're using?
Oh, where you can choose between damage types.
Choose between damage types. Thank you. And obviously that's going to be tier 1. Oh, that's why it's highlighted. Okay. Do we have any other last minute ads we want?
I am very much aware of that one, Mario.
Where?
I lived in North Carolina for a while. Holy crap.
Yeah,
I wasn't gonna air that joke on stream, but yeah.
You're not wrong, sadly. You're not wrong.
Man, I got a story from back when I worked at the bank, and the first time I met somebody that was 100% accurate, deep south, like straight out of a cartoon.
My brother and I were at some kind of church event at one point, and my brother dropped the goddamn during that, and you'd think he had literally pulled out a knife and stabbed somebody in front of everybody there. It was so over the top with their reactions to it. Like, jeez.
Alright. But where were we? We were looking at these. Okay.
The different costs of things.
Yep, attuned, adaptive, and curse. Yes, sentient, plus or minus 30.
Sentient, I put the plus minus sign.
Yep, I got it. I'm fine with concealed being 10 because that's probably a little too common in a lot of times.
Yep.
Bound.
Besides, I wanted it to be cheap so it could actually be damn well used on light weapons.
Yeah. Because it's sad how many people don't use that more.
I know, right? You could have 2 hidden daggers so easily.
And then if you include that one rogue talent that allows you to hide light one-handed weapons and other objects that can fit in one hand on your person, just swift action in and out.
Yep.
Now you see it, now you're
bound.
done.
Bound is the one where, like, only you can use it and it gets summoned to you.
Since it's getting summoned, do we want to push it to 50? We might want to make that like a tier 2 and tier 3 and push it to like 50.
Yeah, well, it was going to be tier 2 and tier 3. I think I'm fine with that going to 50.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just thinking about the one person hucking their weapon across the field constantly.
Yeah. I'm changing that on the main sheet too.
Morphic was the one where you can change it from one weapon to another, right?
So it's the one where you're able to narratively change it without affecting its stats.
Gotcha. If it's a narrative change, isn't 20 a little... well...
No, because then you can use it as a part of, like, all your things, so long as you're feeling descriptive to get constant...
True.
Constant bonuses.
What about dual-headed weapons? You know, like the two-bladed sword and such.
Okay, two-headed or double weapons?
Double weapons, basically. Yeah.
And I'm a sleepy sheep. Okay, hold on. Wait a minute.
Because, like, the purpose of these traits is more... This is XP they're investing in order to properly wield those various traits to the weapon.
Yeah. So what I'm thinking for that is probably the Twin Link Duel, which is literally the next one up.
Yeah, that's the one we were literally just looking at, and I was like,
Okay,
I want to include that, or need to move that one up to mundane as well.
Just wanted to make sure you guys had that one covered, because that was something I mentioned on the doc already.
Yes. That is... We got that. I'm okay with 15 for that, by the way.
Yeah, I'm fine with 15. That means
question.
you can still, dual link stuff.
Yep, so the question with this one, and this will probably be a mechanical question, but we should decide this now. When you spend that 15, do you have to spend that 15 on each of them, or do we consider them as a pair always and just spend it once?
I say just once.
Yeah, I was about to say, I think you consider them a pair.
Okay. Better to ask now than assume.
Yeah.
Understandable.
Heavy and light.
I am 100% okay with those. I think
it just changes the bulk.
Yep. Costly, definitely custom. I'm okay with risky B. Well, do we want it negative 15 or negative 20?
Negative 20. It makes 2s count as 1s.
Okay. Volatile.
It only works on a botch of the weapon itself, not when you roll any ones. You have to roll negative.
Yep, so that's fine.
And you deal damage bypassing integrity equal to the volatile rating. So you could put volatile 4 on it and get 20 XP off, but if you ever botch, you and everyone around you is taking 4 damage straight.
Yeah, I'm okay with 5 then.
Yeah, because it's a rank purchase.
Reliable, I'm completely okay with. Incompatible and requisite, I'm okay with, because those are both custom. Fast and slow, I am. Yeah, I'm okay with that.
Because it's just a plus or minus 1.
Yep. Yes, on unbreaking, 30's fine. Penetrating. What did we do in the main doc for that?
Oh, penetrating is it ignores 1 integrity per penetrating. It doesn't reduce it or remove it.
It just ignores it. Yep. Do we have a move trait like that?
No, that is a
weapon specific.
That is a weapon specific one.
Yeah, there's some things that I do want to have weapons be able to stand on their own. There's going to be crossover between weapons and moves, but I want them to have their own special properties to them, like the penetrating one.
Yeah, 15 per rank I think is good. I needed a moment to think about how that would affect the gameplay, but I think I'm okay with 15.
Because the thing about it is that it's like guaranteed damage, except not, because if you're fighting a low integrity opponent, it's not going to really add anything, but it also doesn't count against your power cap.
No. I still had to do the brain math.
Yep. Limited ammo is just going to be an innate thing.
Yeah.
On the weapon.
Yeah, if you get something that it's just going to have to be that way.
Yeah, for reload, that is -10 per action it takes to reload.
Did we want to start that at 0 though? First action is going to be, or first action's not going to. Every action above the first.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
We'll make a note of that.
Because I don't think there is.
Hey there, Sergeant Miller.
I put that in the main doc.
Gotcha. Yeah, because I can't think of a ranged thing that you reload with limited ammo that doesn't take some level of time to reload. So, deflection is fine. Sundering, I'm assuming that's going to be a per rank thing where it's 10 per rank, and that just deals extra damage, so that's fine. Exotic custom is fine. Common being a -5, I'm fine with.
And again, that's per action. It takes to prepare.
Yep. Yeah, I'm okay with that. Because that would just match up with reload.
Yep. It's just if it's front loaded or back loaded.
Pretty much.
It could be a cannon, it could be both.
Or it could be a sword that you have to do something weird with. Because
I know, I'm just saying, like, as a mundane.
Yep.
4 to 5, it's deflection, but for melee.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
We don't know what those do yet, so not costed.
That's fine. And integrated.
That one was 30.
Yes.
We already agreed on that one.
Yep. I got it up here. All right. Am I missing any from the upper list, by the way? I feel like I am.
You might be. I don't know. You're gonna have to double check.
Yeah, I'll double check.
If you
I want to
wanna...
turn these things into tables so bad.
Yeah, if you want to move these costs over to the main dock, if they're not already the same, I'm gonna go grab my drink real quick because I left it downstairs.
Yeah, I can. Just gonna open a second instance. I'll double check that in a minute. Aspected is. Requisite. I think my copy and paste broke when I was doing that. Because this does not look right to me. I'm going to have to fix that. Right.
What about throwable for a trait? Do you guys have that already?
We have range. We have the normal range stuff in right now. So we might have to consider whether or not we want to really separate those out.
I do want to separate it out. Because I think by default something that is ranged would typically refer to like a bow or something. But like adding throwable to a dagger would be different because the dagger can also be used as a melee weapon. But you could alternatively, it could be balanced to be able to be thrown for a certain range. Which I think will include short range with that and limit it to only the short range. But I feel like it should be a separate trait.
All right. When Tal gets back, we'll petition. Yeah, my list is messed up. Terrifying, elegant, integrated is there. Alright, I'm okay with that. I'm gonna fix my list now because I don't know what happened here. So I'm just gonna start over because I can. Oh, that's why I'm having this issue. Okay, I see what's going on. It doesn't like copying from other spreadsheets. How nice.
Oh, wow.
Copy and paste doesn't actually copy and paste to hit my PC clipboard, making things weird. Is it bad that made me jump?
Pug City
Nah.
era.
Yay, hyper focus.
Insanity.
Okay, I got the list fixed. There was a couple of things missing. Exotic is not. No, it's in there. I think it's the fact that this just isn't alphabetical, so my brain's having trouble actually reading it. I hate my brain. The heck?
Oh, spaz. I'm looking up at the duck game like, what the heck just happened there? Did one of them just die?
I thought somebody got vaporized real quick.
Hi, Spaz.
That was scary for a second. Hi, Conrad.
Hey, Conrad. The model's looking great.
Which one was the red panda plushie again?
That's Raijin.
Raijin, okay.
Can someone verify whether Blade and Sorcery does work on Valve Index?
You said Blade and Sorcery?
Yes. Because from U7 all the way up to like U12, it did not, and now the full game's been released, and I'm afraid to try buying it again.
Valve Index. Stand by. We found information from 5 years ago, so that's probably not good.
Yeah, that's exactly what I found. And if I'm right, it's discussing the exact issue I was having.
I have no updated information that I'm seeing so far, so I can't really help out with that. I'm sorry.
Oh well. It was worth an ask.
Sorry, I made the mistake of walking downstairs just as my family came home.
Oh,
Yeah.
fun.
Okay, fuck.
We were skipping the yellow ones, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Not relay, though. Relay should have been changed back to green. But that's magical only, so you don't have to care about that.
Yeah. What about one-handed and two-handed? We're leaving those out.
Yeah, because those are part of the base weapon rules.
Okay.
Medium and light are one-handed, heavy are two. At least by melee standards, by range. I mean,
Lightning, this model is a commission for that somebody put in from Conrade.
Because I autoed through the yellows. Alright, I should have it correct now. I moved the things over, so that's done. I'm just trying to copy down now from the other section.
do we want to do percent chances for application on weapons, or do you just want it to be straight?
Before we do that, Zim requested we do throw as a property.
Oh,
We're
throwing.
throwing. Put it on there?
Yeah.
Alright, done. I'll add it over here too.
That's probably just going to be like, oh hey, you have a melee weapon, but you can throw it without penalty, and it'll use marksman and probably got to like short range.
Yeah. That's probably not even a magical thing.
No, that's probably just oh hey, I have a throwing axe, like a tomahawk. I can use it in melee, or I could just yeet the bitch. Or throwing knives,
As far as your percentile question, it's a good, because it would make sense to match it up to the rules, but weapons are a little bit, I feel, are a little bit more static than moves would be. What about you, Zim? You got thoughts?
Sorry, ADHD moment. What?
Do we want to let people buy percentages for the weapon on condition application? For the conditions that would apply to weapons, or do we want it to just be auto-calc to be, oh hey, it's all or nothing, baby?
I think that'll function the same as moves. There'll be a percent chance.
Alright, luckily we don't gotta worry about the whole, cost differential
Ryan
thing,
Wolf
because
wants everyone to
weapons
see the
deal
sleepy
damage.
Japanese Marten runs.
Weapons just straight up deal damage, so there's no non-damage versus damaging calculation.
That is very true.
Also, who's crackling?
That would be the video that's playing on Zim stream.
Yeah, that's the Marten video. It's it was raining on the video, so you know.
I thought I was in the clear. I'm sorry.
Haven't you learned by now? You're never in the clear.
True, yeah, no. As soon as I think it, God strikes me down.
Oh, thank you for calling me God.
Wasn't intending to, honestly. I was talking about somebody else, but
No, they don't matter. Dragons are better.
you're not wrong.
Sorry, Chad, I'm just spitting facts today. Integrated is 30. What's grip accuracy power, which I can grab from here. Even if you know the number, check again anyways.
Yep.
Melee reach was...
10 per.
Yep. But I just realized we got reach in here twice on my side.
Yeah, it's because it was a yellow one, and then we added it back in later without deleting the yellow one.
Yep, so I'm going to erase the upper one.
I deleted it on the main dock.
Okay.
I'm also going to delete one-handed and two-handed.
There we go. Alright. Melee reach. Short range is also 10, right?
Short range is also 10, yeah. Range goes
Okay.
10, 15, 20.
That's what I thought. 10, 15, 20. Line AoE 10, 15, 25. And down to drag.
I will say something that we might want to do is put on a like two-handed as a negative trait, or it'll be different for the cost depending on like where or what variety of weapon it is. Like for heavy weapons, it won't change it at all. But if you've got a light weapon that requires two hands to wield, such as I could see a crossbow being on that list, it may be light, but I could see an argument for it requiring two hands and thus getting a discount. What do you think on that?
I feel like that's a weapon descriptor, not necessarily an effect.
I'm also just trying to think about what weapons that would be considered light that you have to use two hands for.
Light crossbow, short bow.
Yeah.
No, those would both be medium, wouldn't they?
They'd be medium, probably.
Yeah.
Like a hand crossbow, but you don't need two hands to use it. You just need two hands to reload one.
Yeah.
True. Okay. Yeah, carry on.
It's not a bad question.
Oh, yeah, no. I was just more trying to think, is there a light weapon that you need two hands to use?
Let's see. Volatile, I'm gonna make ranged only. Risky can be both, I think. Actually, I'm gonna BRB. I'm doing that hyper focus thing where I'm gonna hurt my eyes if I don't stand up.
Zim, I feel like Morphic should be melee only. What do you think?
What is Morphic?
Narratively lets you change the shape of your weapon without affecting stats. I don't know how that's going to affect anything with ranged.
Yeah, that sounds good.
I'll still throw Twin on ranged because I could see people using a pair of ranged thing. Especially for, like, you know, more technologically advanced where you have, like, 2 linked guns or whatever.
Sorry, what was that? I was typing out.
I said I was putting twin/linked/dual, like, you know, whatever descriptor as both melee and ranged because I could... If it's slightly more technologically advanced and you have access to, like, guns and shit.
Yeah.
Heavy and light, yeah, sure, that could be both. Costly can be both. Do you think Deflection and Fortify should be on ranged weapons?
Fortify I can see, Deflection I can't. Well, wait. I don't know how I feel about Deflection on a ranged weapon. It'd be cool. to have somebody that can shoot a bullet out of the sky or something. That's hard.
Yeah, that's what I was asking.
Because I know Fortify is kind of on the easy side. Well, damn, they're in that weird gray zone, aren't they?
Yeah, they are.
What are you thinking deflecting is?
Oh, deflecting. Deflection increases the.
Your evasion versus ranged attacks.
Hmm.
And then Fortify is the melee version of that.
Okay.
I can see Rule of Cool on both of them, though. So I feel inclined to add it just because Rule of Cool.
Yeah. The good part about doing the magic weapon section is that I could see like almost every single effect benefit like having a legitimate use on both.
Yep.
The only one that the only two that I haven't selected both for is one Morphic, because I don't see Morphic being useful on a ranged weapon.
Not really, no.
And then Volatile on melee.
Yeah, I was gonna do Volatile for ranged.
Yeah, well, I'm saying Volatile doesn't have melee.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm also probably gonna put Reliable on ranged only for Mundane.
Yeah, that makes sense for Mundane. For Magical, I could certainly see you having a reliable magic sword or whatever.
Requisite is both. Fast can be both. Slow can be both. Penetrating can be both. Limited ammo and reload are...
For Mundane, those should be ranged, but
yeah,
Magical, both.
That is a long time for them to keep you out of the... I hope they're going to give you a discount on your rent. Though I'm sure they won't.
I mean, if you tell me what kind of lock it is, I could always, Well, he's a YouTuber, and he is a lawyer. So if he's publishing that stuff, obviously it's okay to watch him, right?
I thought he changed his username, though, due to some shenanigans.
No, I think he's still the lockpicking lawyer.
Yeah, he's still lockpicking lawyer.
Okay,
Yep.
It's just on TikTok he had to change it.
He might have had to change it on TikTok because somebody else probably grabbed it.
Probably.
Which is stupid. Yeah.
Because you got to fight for usernames in this space. Like, if you start to get any remote level of popular, be there first or you lose.
It's something that I really like about Blue Sky is that you can just link it to a domain name. So as long as you own that domain name, nobody else can take it on any website if they utilize the same system that Blue Sky does.
Although I just realized it's been like a month since I've seen anything from LPL.
From what?
LPL.
It's been like a month since I've seen anything from LPL.
They're the people that are running the whole domain thing.
Hmm.
I'm putting Sundering as melee only underneath.
Mundane, yeah, that makes sense.
Because while you could argue it for ranged, GM exceptions.
I'm gonna put grappling on ranged because of things like magical bolas or whatever.
Yeah, bolas. Prepared setup, I'm gonna do ranged only as well.
Yeah.
And we're gonna have a lot of range stuff, and I don't like that.
Yeah, and like
I'm gonna highlight terrifying and elegant up here, just that way we can retouch it. Because otherwise, I think I'm gonna forget at least.
that's fair. Yeah, on the whole magical side of things, like pack, impale, impact, like I could certainly see some magical effects giving each of those to ranged weaponry.
Yeah, that's fine. An impacting bolt would be amazing. Can you imagine
I know, right?
that? Just
Yeah.
you get this little teeny tiny piercing bolt that you shoot out of your little arm crossbow, and it just does a bunch of impact damage on
Oh
you.
yeah, like the
Boom.
raiders, like they just got hit by a fucking boulder.
I'm gonna put grappling for mundane as both because net and bolus.
Yeah, net and bola.
I feel like I executed someone like that in Maddie's stream, actually.
Accuracy can be both, power is both, melee reach is obvious, ranged. We're doing this because we have thrown, which is melee only now. For the blasts, I'm putting those as ranged only up here.
Yeah, that's fine. I was trying to think about if I knew of like any melee explosives.
Nothing that would be normal and mundane. Like, I know
know,
that
right?
you can... Technically, there is air pressurized daggers that you take diving to deal with certain animals.
Yeah, and then there's things where it's like, what was it? The whatever those like mines on sticks were that were like anti-tank weapons or whatever.
Those are funny.
Yeah, but like that's that is
that hits unusual territory. I don't.
Yeah, that's like custom.
Let GMs have fun.
Shit.
Drag, I am going to put on both melee and range specifically because
Grapple hook and shit.
Yep. That and the classic, tying a rope to an arrow. Bow fishing.
I don't see pushback being on ranged.
I can see
knockback is different than pushback.
No, I can see pushback being a thing for like a super, what is it called? Recoil.
Hey there, Karma, and jeez.
I can see a ranged weapon having recoil.
Yeah, but there's a difference between recoil that throws your aim off and recoil that shoots you 5 feet back.
Hey, when I was 14, my dad handed me a gun, and that made me slide 5 feet back.
I'm saying there is a difference.
Did we want to add the recoil property then, specifically for that?
No, I feel like that's what for like guns and shit like that. I feel like that's where like the multi-attack penalty definitely comes in. It's the recoil that's getting to you.
Okay. Stealthy can be both, right?
Yeah, because you could hide. Think about like a Derringer.
Yep, and versatile should also be both. Okay.
We'll go take medicine. I'll be right back.
Good idea. Throwing need to be magical, though? Well, never mind, yes. Because there's always that one person that wants to throw their damn sword.
Braveheart style?
I mean, video games exist, so,
Yeah. I'm sorry, Braveheart is like the first thing that popped to my mind, though.
I've had some pretty cool scenes revolving around throwing a melee weapon.
Oh, yes.
My favorite had to be like a lich using death laser eyes, and my character throwing a hammer at the back of his skull to make him look down.
Darn.
All right, we have some more experience up in mundane to create down there.
Yeah.
I just signed off mainly off the sheets, so. Really, I think we can just do additional target cost.
Also, just so you know, you have flex grip twice.
How?
You have flex grip up here, and then flex dash your grip down there.
Well, I'll fix that really quickly. Here we go. Now I have throwing twice. Now I have it once. This is what happens when things aren't alphabetical.
I know, right?
My brain just ignores certain things.
They're neither sectionated nor alphabetical.
Later, unfortunately, later. I'm gonna spend 3 minutes watching ducks.
Oh no.
Well, we've been going for 3 hours, so technically we're entitled to a 15-minute break for our own health. Even though I've been just getting up whenever the heck I want.
Era, while you are working on this project, you know, in order to determine and, you know, ensure professionalism, we're going to need you to have a webcam that we can monitor.
Ha! My job told me that, and I said no to them. You think I'm gonna do it for you?
Oh
guys?
no, I was intentionally doing it in more corporate speak for that reason.
So what is it? It was the VP of our department was like, I want cameras on for everybody, and we did it for a whole 2 meetings before that ended because we all hated it. But this was when I was in my apartment and my fursuit head was just a couple feet away, and I was sitting there the entire time just going, I could pick up my fursuit head and just put it on and answer. At any moment in time, I could just do this. And then when my boss tried to push it, I just said, fuck no, I'm not doing that. I don't wear a shirt half the time. Do you really want to see my naked chest? She was like, well, you should be wearing a shirt. I was like, why? She goes, good point. Okay, fine.
You're gonna need to explain that to me real fast.
Actually, I don't think I put on a shirt for longer than like 5 minutes in the last week. The joys of working at home.
I know, right? I don't get to do that anymore.
Never could do that.
Because your job kind of requires you to be in a tower, monitoring things, and you're military.
True. Yeah, but I just got like super cool news. I'm meeting up with my twin in an airport before heading home.
Oh, nice. We still get some company on the plane.
Yeah.
Are you guys sitting next to each other on the plane?
I don't think so.
Do you know what you guys should do the entire time?
Pretend we are each other.
Get up and switch seats. Just randomly. See if anybody figures it out.
Oh no, he's asking me what seat I'm gonna be in. Give me 1 second, gotta find that.
Oh, there goes a Mario.
Oh no, Mario.
Hitting that point, Darius.
Oh no, I'm just drinking my tea.
Ah. Alright, mandated break, watching ducks.
My brain just hurt. But that's life, I guess.
Oh, we got a firefight duck now.
Firefight duck? Ooh.
Yep.
Cute.
Which is funny because it's facing the wrong direction from a duck on fire right now.
I think it's a fighting fire. He's gonna be behind me on the flight.
Okay, my suggestion no longer works. You guys gotta be on two opposite sides of the plane for it to be funny.
Wait, shoot, that duck went shooting fast. Hey, the firefighter duck saved someone. Yay. Oh no, the clown. You alright, Taldarius?
Yeah, just my cough deciding to act up.
We got told that there's a cold going through the barracks, so that's so much fun.
Nah, I just got asthma.
Yeah.
Although it would suck to get a cold right now because I just got off. So.
Yeah, no, the sad thing is that the barracks cat is leaving soon. Sorry, the unofficial barracks pet is going to be leaving soon. Second time being pregnant, and it's eating wild animals nearby. So it's starting to pose as a health hazard for us.
Hmm.
Be right back. I'm gonna stand up again.
Okay.
Alright, Zim. Gave you some time to think about it. I don't know if you ever did, but what are we feeling about conditions? The cost. Or do we want it to be the same? Do we want it to be more expensive, less expensive for weapons?
On what exactly?
The cost for I guess it is technically already more expensive because we're gating it behind aspected, but for conditions on weapons, like condition applications, like, you know, having a weapon that, like, you know, applies paralysis or whatever. Do we want it to be more or less expensive than moves?
I am thinking the same. The reason for it is what we will probably do in that regard is utilize various poisons.
Yeah, well, we're talking about, like, a magic weapon that it, like, has this as a magical effect.
Ah.
This is for, like, you know, like a fire aspected weapon that applies burn. Or something, you know. Or, like, you know, just something in general like that.
I still feel like they should be the same.
Still be the same? Okay. Wrong section.
Joke.
A dinosaur. A dinosaur. A dinosaur. A dinosaur.
All right. Going with the same then?
I really feel like it should be the same, yes.
Gotcha. That's perfectly fine. It could be argued to be less only because it's we're gating it, but
Yeah. What do you feel like something like 10 for 10 on stealthy? 10 XP, your weapon doesn't break stealth. Still requires you to, be stealth and not be found. It just doesn't auto break it.
yeah, I'm fine with that. I think 10 is fine for that. There's an argument for 15, but I don't like it.
Yeah,
These are light weapons, so
yeah, that's why I want it to be 10. Plus, I'm going to say, hey, look, you can't have a stealthy heavy weapon.
yeah.
Like, come on, shut up, no.
I got a folding, hyper folding scythe that I can just whip out.
Well, no, this isn't concealable. This is stealthy, where, like, when you use it, it doesn't reveal you from stealth automatically.
Oh, you see, I'm a Reaper, too. Thunk. Stealth away.
Unironically, I had a skeleton character at one point, and he had the racial ability to collapse into a pile of bones. So what he would do is he would wait in, like, dungeon corners where normally there's, like, bones or whatever, and, like, he just looks like a normal-ass skeleton, and there's, like, a weapon hidden in the middle of his bones. And then when they looked away from him, he'd reconstitute, sneak up on him, and stab him.
I will be right back.
I believe it was my brother who played a skeleton, and what he'd do, and this was approved by the DM, of course, like, after killing a monster, steal some of their bones and just make his skeleton bigger.
Nice.
He ended up being a giant at the end.
I am Bonezilla, master of bones.
Yeah. Also, my skeleton would pretend to be like a bounty hunter, so like he had like a bunch of stuff, like a fake face that he could put on, like glass eyes he would put into his eye sockets.
Oh my god.
So like he did a little bit of trolling.
I think the only undead I ever played was the zombie dragon. The zombie dragon whelp. It was funny because he's a dragon, so he cared about his appearance, so you couldn't really tell he was undead, but then you'd stab him and he'd be like, oh no, that hurts so bad, my internal organs are falling out. That.
Oh. Oh.
What do we want the cost of versatile to be? Like, what really is going to be the mechanical impact of different damage types beyond narrative use and then, like, the upgrade versions having shit?
I would put it at something low like 5 because it's really only going to become relevant if the GM is doing things like these undead happen to be immune to piercing damage or something like that.
Alright, yeah.
So I don't see a reason for it being too high. Innately, right now at least, it's not something that is common. I'm assuming once we get into creature creation, we might see it a little bit more often, but it's one of those minimum impact things.
Yeah. Unless you use it aggressively. As a part of, like, your description on things,
Yeah.
Because like I could totally see someone going, "Oh, hey, by the way, I have a magical sword that has like versatile and has like impact on it as well. So like the initial strike is like an impacting strike to get them to open up, and then after that it goes back into slashing, going into the opened up guards now."
Yeah, but that's real cool territory.
Yeah. I know. I'm just saying it gets a lot better if you use it aggressively.
Yes.
Someone's totally gonna use this and, like, impact or whatever to, like, stab into the ground and rip up a boulder with a sword and throw it, and I'm all for it.
Is that person you?
Well, I don't need a sword to do that. Shade rips up trees and yeets them at people like javelins. He has actually killed someone by yeeting a tree at him like a javelin, by the way.
Oh, I don't disbelieve you. I've had a few half dragons do silly, ridiculous things over the years. I think there was this one combat where I was playing one of my half dragons, and what is that enemy called? It's not a giant, it's not a troll, but it's
ogre.
No, it begins with a G, I think. They're the giant, not giant things. I forget what they're called. It doesn't matter. He went to go throw a boulder at me, and I headbutted it back at him. Oh, wow, appearing in 2 places. But the GM told me to roll a reflex save, and I was like, okay, so I rolled it, and I got a natural 20. He goes, oh, you dodged it? I was like, no, I headbutt this. And he's like, okay, roll a strength check.
Do you mean a golem?
No, I can't remember what they're called. They're a playable race in 5e. I remember that much. I think they're a playable race.
Isn't, like...
They have 4 arms.
I don't think that narrows it down that much.
They have 4 arms. I remember that much. I think they're a light gray giant-like creature.
Okay, that
huge.
sounds...
Goliath.
Yeah. Goliath, yeah, that. Okay.
There it is. God, that took me way too long.
True, Merle. Shade does use whatever's around him as a weapon. But only after he just tries hitting you really hard first. If he tries hitting you really hard first and then it doesn't work, then he gets creative.
The world is a weapon, like a truck. I couldn't think of a song that would actually match that line.
Yep. Anyways, I think I'm done coming up with costs on shit if you want to look.
I already did. And I didn't see anything that caught me off guard because you stopped just before this stuff.
Yeah. I was reading through it again just to make sure it was all good on me, and I think it's good.
Yep. Did you want to leave Hack, Impale, and Impact as NAs? Considering
Because we don't know what they're doing exactly right now, so.
Okay, we'll leave those. I left them as innate on my side, so.
I left them as innate too because we don't know exactly what they're doing.
No, everything else I'm fine with. Drag, knockback, and pushback are all fine. Stealthy and everything else is copied over, so I think we're good on your side. I think we just need to hit the few blanks up on top, which is flawed, crude, grappling. Don't you have grappling down there?
I think I do. Because yeah, I know I did, because there's...
There it is, 15, okay.
Yeah.
So that'll take care of that. Would you put pushback at 5?
5, yeah.
Okay.
It isn't actually statted in the thing, but it's knockback for yourself, so I'd fucking put it at 5.
No, that's
Sorry
fine.
if I missed anything. My, one of my vape bottles exploded on me.
It's mostly just me and Era chatting about some shit.
Yep. So the only two things we have...
Comparing lists.
Yeah. The only 2 things we have to touch is flawed and crude up top.
Alright.
Crude, I think we can put as a minus 15.
Yeah, and flawed...
Minus 5 or minus 10?
Oh no, flawed is the one where you can't crit.
Right. Okay.
Flawed is the one where you have a massively flawed weapon. You cannot critically hit with this shit.
What is the increased crit cost again?
The increased
25?
crit cost is pristine. So whatever you have pristine.
Where's pristine?
It should be between piercing or below flawed and between terrifying and flawed.
What the hell?
So
Hold on.
increased crit ratio as a stat change is 25, and this is like a permanent effect on a weapon. However, on a move it's 20, so 20 to 25 as the negative on that.
We'll do it at the inverse of pristine. You said 20 was the modifier?
Yep.
Okay, let's just do 20,
Almost.
just to match it up. And then I put crit as negative 15.
Because it's standard difficulty, having flawed on there automatically removes here. It automatically removes like 10% of your success chance.
Yeah.
Like your effective successes is 10% less. Unironically.
There we go. Experience is done. And then we can do descriptions off screen and then come back and do mechanical benefits.
Yeah. Alright. In that case, I'm going to let my brain reset a tiny bit before I go and do tiers.
Alright. I might call it for the day and touch this again tomorrow.
That's fair. I'm probably going to keep working.
Yeah. I'm just tired from work.
Yeah, that's fair. I'm kind of tired from work too. And then I get home and my family starts bitching.
I don't have that, but I have don't give a damn syndrome.
Yeah. No, that's what I was doing, and like, you know, my mom was extremely pissed because I'm like, I come home, I sit down on the couch and put up my feet because I stand all day. And then she comes home too and is like, "Oh, hey, since you weren't doing anything, let's go clean up this entire thing." And I'm like, I just got off of work. I don't want to be doing that. And she's like, "Oh, if we want to compare everything we've done this week, let's do that. We can do that. I want to do that. We can compare what we
yes,
did
the
this
pissing
week."
contest.
Yeah.
Yes, the reason why you want to deck your parent, but with moral obligations and everything, you shouldn't.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm gonna shut them out now.
Yeah, and it's like, I wasn't saying that you couldn't be tired too. I was literally just saying that I don't want to do this right now. And then I basically just continue to ignore her and her bitching about it because wow, surprise, surprise, I didn't want to do it.
Ooh, wow. Oh no. Who's gonna get hurt if they come in and just see like, oh, a little mess? Oh no.
Especially because they were talking about the mess in my room, where I have my door closed to constantly.
There is a reason why my parents were never allowed inside my apartment.
And a reason why I will fight tooth and nail to keep my parents from coming into my room right now. What do you expect? With news and stuff, it's gonna be messy.
I let my parents into my apartment once, and I told them, if you say one thing about my apartment, even one thing, I'm going to move you outside.
Oh.
So my parents walked in, my mom said, "Oh, that's a really interesting art. Don't you think that's a little satanic?" And I said, "Get the fuck out."
Damn, who could have foreseen this coming?
And then the next time she visits, she's like, "Well, can we come in and use the bathroom?" I was like, "Fuck no."
Damn.
Let them have it.
Well, I don't even talk
roasting.
to my birth giver anymore, so. They're that level of bad, or she's that level of bad. Other one can't be that bad. They're
Shit. It's that late? Damn.
It is, in fact, what would normally be game time.
Well, technically, we would have started an hour ago.
Yeah, we would have started an hour ago. I'm hearing the taps go off. I didn't think time was going that fast.
I'll be honest, I know we start at 10. I'm just so used to games starting like half an hour to an hour after when meetup time is.
Yes, all the insanity that happens.
I mean, that's common with just about any game group, except for apparently the ones I run, where everybody shows up ridiculously early. And then I get on and they're like, we starting now? And I'm like, I guess.
Yeah, that's what happened with my normal fry group. And it was like, everyone would show up at 7. And it would be like, all right, boys, here's what we did last time. Let's go. And then over here, it's like, hey, let's just chat and bullshit for 30 minutes, which I'm not against, but it messes with my clock.
And I'm just crying in the corner, don't worry.
Let's see, I think the earliest I had a player show up for game at this point was they were in the room before I even woke up that particular day. When I asked them why they were in the room, they were like, games today. I'm like, you gonna just sit in there all day? And they were like, yep. I was like, okay.
That is like Toshi energy. I've chatted with Toshi, and I've been like, game starts at 8 hours, right? And he's like, yep, I'm just waiting in here.
Literally, if I only am working AMs, I'll be pulling the exact same stuff. Just being like, oh, there's nothing else to do. I'm just gonna wait.
And there's Toshi. Toshi, I know you do that. You know you do that. I think we all know you do that.
Hi, Toshime. Don't worry. I
heard his name called.
I kind of do it when I don't have night shift, where I'm just like sitting for like an hour every once in a while if I'm not dealing with shenanigans. But
I'll show up a little bit early, but I feel weird showing up too early because then I'll just be sitting in call by myself.
You came in on me just like talking to myself, and I just jumped. Well, that one time.
Alright, I'll be right back again.
Okay.
Oh,
that was actually hilarious.
You just like say something like, "Oh, hi there."
That wasn't your reaction. You jumped. I heard you jump.
No. I did move like I jumped. Don't worry.
Rubber ducky, you're the one. Rubber ducky, I think my brain's so fried. Quack. Can we get some quacks in chat?
Why was it picking up my voice? I was singing quiet enough. I didn't think it would pick up my voice.
But don't worry, your singing is cute.
Or are we teasing the Brian now?
I was only doing it a little bit.
Just a little teasing for Specialist Puppy.
Yeah.
He is a very good specialist puppy.
I'm literally just listening to music, so I'm not breaking down or stuff. That's it.
Quack.
Quack.
The door will open when you find the smudged out. Oh, hey, look, a math problem.
Math problem?
Xn plus 1 equals, I don't remember that symbol, Xn parentheses 1 minus Xn. What is that? It's on the blackboard, Ducky.
XN.
Ooh, there's more math problems.
I'm trying to look.
Is dx over dt equals f. I recognize these problems. They're all physics problems. I just don't remember from where.
The one equaling f, I'm thinking might be force of something. But I'm not sure. They could have just changed the letters around.
No, they wouldn't change the letters around because it's f parentheses x semicolon, and then that weird u that I believe is
mu.
I would have to look up all these symbols. I don't remember them all off the top of my head. I don't use them very often.
Is it mu? The tails on both sides of the u?
No, it's the u that looks like somebody attached the line to the one side.
Attached to what?
Never mind. I might look these up later. Because I know these are physics problems based on their...
Man, if only I could get Goose on, but he's asleep right now, most likely. So then he could double check this. Because he was super strong in physics.
Alien ducked it out of the way. I can't see the bottom problem, and I'm still trying to see it. Clearly. And I can't. Stupid alien duck. Just trying to hide the truth.
Stop hiding the truth, Mr. Alien. You must suffer the consequences.
I'll have to look at it later. I'll just get it in my own game.
Okay, so I think we're gonna go ahead and wrap up the DevTales stuff tonight.
Okay.
And we are going to move over to a different game.
Oh, wow.
At least we got a bunch of the parsing done today.
Yes.
Um,
I'll probably be working on more DevTales tomorrow.
Same.
no.
I'll have to get in and see where Tal left off and then pick it up.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm gonna probably do more work too, eventually, soon.
And I'm hugging you all, don't worry. Because y'all
That's
deserve
happy,
hugs. But I'm gotta mute myself real quickly because I need to go grab my bag from the car real quickly.
Okay. Hey, Zim, by the way, the secrets to the door is on the blackboard, Ducky. But there's a bunch of math. You may want to avoid it.
Actually, from what I saw in the few spoilers I wound up coming across, it's spread across several ducks.
That doesn't surprise me. There's a bunch of math problems on the blackboard, Ducky, though.
Alright, thank you everybody for joining us today for this DevTales stream. Check out our website, zgfgaming.com. We've got links for our Discord, Telegram, Mastodon, Blue Sky, Patreon, and more. They are on the website as well as down in the description below through our link tree. Thank you to my patrons, tippers, and subscribers. It is your support that keeps this channel going. I cannot do this without your guys' help and your support, so thank you. Consider becoming a patron over at patreon.com/zgfgaming. It's one of the best ways to support the channel, though you can also do so by sharing the stream around, as well as coming by, hanging out, grabbing packs of cards to stream loots, or you can also help out by subscribing to our YouTube and tipping to the channel directly. But for now, thank you all so much for joining, and I bid you the most fondest adieu.
Bye. Bye-bye.